1,200 Chinese died building this railroad. There were up to 12,000 to 20,000 workers building this railroad. We want to elevate those stories and the construction and how it fit into our national story to a larger stature. We want to make people aware of it and maintain it. So one of the things that we want to do at this symposium is to introduce the idea, not introduce it, reinforce the idea that Summit Tunnel is what we want to mark as a national monument. It's interesting, APA heritage sites and places are actually very few in our list of national monuments and places, but this place should be one of those things that we nominate. And it might include kind of 6, 7, and 8, and a couple of places along the area. So beyond the May 10, 2019, what do we want to do? Our symposium wants to say we want to define and establish that site as an historic place, an area, a site, a location, a trail, a monument. That's for us to decide, but it should elevate it to a national stature. We want to register it as a National Summit Tunnel something with an interpretive research center to tell people what actually happened here, research and understand the story. And to do that, we need some appropriated money. And so we're hoping that we have full funding and annual appropriations for the center. Public education programs, $3 million per year, not too much, because that's how much we allocate each year for the restoration and historic black art. Now, we don't do that. What have we done? This is what's happening to that site. All this graffiti. I was reading a blog about a couple of parents that were so happy to bring their kids to the site and explain, oh, it was so exciting, so colorful. And we were able to follow all the little blue dragons in that tunnel, you know. So, what are we talking about? These guys built this thing. 1,200 people, we think, died. 1 in 10 out of the workforce of 12,000, 20,000, and all the other people that donate to communities. What I want to do very quickly, show you one way that they've expressed this idea. Here it is. Let's see. 1,200 Chinese lost their lives building this railroad. On this particular space, you can see that the labor, the structure, things all in this place. And the significance of it, not just for the Chinese, but for the Americans, and even our earliest ancestors. And we believe that the Summit Tunnel, this place, should be designated in some way. We want to elevate that term, Summit Tunnel, so that it is as evocative in our American consciousness as we say Underground Railroad, or we say the Trail of Tears, the Route 66, or the Oregon Trail. That's our goal for the HBA2 Foundation for the next couple of years. And I hope that you can also take that responsibility, because we cannot do that without grassroots support and support from everybody. At the end of the day, for the Chinese Americans and Asian Americans, it is the idea to get us out from behind that stage, right? So we're not invisible as we were in the Russell photo. So many of us are now stepping forward to be visible, and that's our theme for this year, from invisible to visible. Thank you so much for being an attentive audience. I hope that some of these ideas are things that can generate within yourself, and you can discuss it with all your friends and your colleagues. And again, thank you so much. And I want to thank you again so